I know I'm like so behind on the rank 3 count for a lot of accounts right now, but I'm about to take my 4th rank 3 7-star up, and it's going to be a Mystic, and I'm doing each class once before I do duplicates, so Mystic was the next one I went with. And these are my 3 rank 2 Mystics, and the one I'm going to pick is going to be America Chavez, because I think she is genuinely the best of the 3, and the one I also kind of enjoy playing the most of the 3. So I went with Chavez. I definitely don't have regrets. I mean, she's such a good champion, and she was like Sig 40, meaning she's carrying me in prestige right now, because like 2 of my rank 3s are unduped. So I'm going to show a few fights of her in this video, but you guys should look out for a much longer showcase of Chavez doing a bunch of content coming pretty soon. I'm not exactly sure when I'll get to it, but I definitely got a good bit of stuff already recorded. So again, we're going to start against Winter Soldier here, and this is just, you know, punching bag, stuff like that. And the general Chavez rotation is just get your dimensions up, and then once you have all 3, you want to throw an SP2. With the orange dimension, you get a bunch of red numbers with yellow numbers on the SP2. It just rips the opponent apart, and then you just kind of repeat, getting your dimensions back when you need them, and throwing the SP2 when you feel comfortable with how many you have. So we're going to replicate a blue dimension here with the Relic, which is another way to activate a dimension, which is cool. And when Chavez came out, Relics didn't exist, so she almost got like a silent buff when Relics came out, and she could do something like that, which is pretty funny. But next up, we're going to do the same Realm of Legends kind of fight, but against Captain Marvel, so we have class advantage here. And also, it is worth mentioning that Chavez will have more attack when the opponent has buffs, and none of these Realm of Legends opponents I'm going against will have buffs, so she could have even more damage. And again, that's some stuff I'll be getting into for the larger showcase, maybe a couple times in the Battlegrounds fights that we're going to get to. I'm not exactly sure. I already forgot which ones I put in the video, but we're going to get to them. Again, we have all of our dimensions up, so we're going to drop the SP2 with the orange dimension, and we got some really nice crits there. As far as your Chavez's stat focus, I like special damage. I know a lot of people suggest precision, or crit rate, I mean. It's really, you can go either way, I think. Again, special damage is just the one I prefer to go with, but none of them are really a bad call between crit rate and special damage. So we kill Captain Marvel before we can even throw a second SP2, and that is going to be the fight down in 49 seconds. So our first Battlegrounds fight is going to be against this Weapon X. This is in the Victory Track meta, and Chavez isn't like a very good hard counter to Weapon X or anything, and you're going to see I make a mistake that could have like cost me all my health, but luckily it didn't. And she also gains a decent bit of extra damage this meta just because of the armor ups, but also armor ups obviously give armor, so it does come with a cost. However, you can reverse the potency of the armor ups if you stack a bunch of her Utopian Parallels, which is the orange dimension, because each one reduces a specific buff potency by either 60 or 70%, so if you have 2 of them, it goes in the negatives. And here you're going to see I charge a heavy and just forget he's stun immune, so I could have gotten punished there, but luckily I did not. He's healing a lot, but I'm going to back off pretty soon, and he's going to lose his Berserk Rage, and then I'm going to be ready to drop an SP2 of my own, which is going to do a lot of damage. So he gains armor ups there, which again we don't fully reverse, but so we still get some armor rating from it. But we're going to go for the SP2. It's going to do a very large amount of damage with no crits, which is unfortunate, but it's all chill. And then our basic attacks, we're just going to finish them out with basics just like that, and we get some really nice medium crits, which hit very hard, and that's a Weapon X in 62 seconds that we handled pretty cleanly. So next up, the big bad Serpent, the big meta defender right now. And I do think Chavez is like top 3 Serpent counters in the game right now, just because she negates his power gain so much and also spams so many special attacks to keep his Cult Force at a relatively low rate. Because just like that, we punch him down in the corner and he loses 2 Cult Force, which he's going to get them back relatively fast just because that's how he works. But also, we're still going to have a pretty good time getting him back in the corner. See, he's back down to 0. So we're going to drop an SP2, and we have a bunch of armors active just because I obviously had to block his specials, so I couldn't fully reverse them, so he is gaining some armor rating there. But we're still going to hit pretty hard, especially when we get any crits, because that's going to bypass a lot of the armor. And again, this guy is going down a bit slower than normal. Like, I've had Serpent kills like under 60 seconds with Chavez. I just think it's the meta with the armor ups that's making this fight a little bit slower than ideal, but it's not a big deal. We're gonna get a parry and then actually just medium 24k crit right there. And Serpent's dead with almost full health and 69 seconds or something like that. So again, I've done it faster. It's just a little bit difficult this meta because of the armor ups and such. So, alright, next up we're going to fight Terax in the Grandmaster's Gauntlet. This is a very interesting fight. One that it's hard to solo just because of how much damage you do take. But fun fact, Terax's rock field is actually energy damage. Which, I don't know about you guys, but to me it feels like it should be physical. But I'm not complaining when it makes Chavez take less damage here because of the fact that she gains energy resist per dimension and buff on the opponent. So we're definitely taking a lot of damage still because this Terax is massive, but we're also not taking nearly as much damage as some characters because of the energy resist. And we also have her awesome healing that comes with the SP2 when you activate it with the Dark Dimension right before. So normally we'd be going for the Utopian Parallel just because that's the damage one for her SP2. But if you want some nice healing, you can go for the Dark Dimension before the SP2, and then instead of getting just a little bit extra burst damage, you're going to get a little bit of healing back. So it works either way. It just depends on the scenario of the fight. If you need extra health, then you know which one to go for. Just like that. And I needed extra health in this fight. So we're just letting a bunch of SP2s rip, letting a bunch of SP1s rip whenever we need it. Just the spamming specials playstyle of Chavez is just a genuinely awesome time. It does make her just super fun to use. So we're going to gain some negative zones to where we can reverse his power from afar node if it does trigger. And the fight's almost over at this point. It's going to end pretty fast. He is at 43%, and then this SP2 is going to rip him apart for sure. Like, we got a nice crit at the end. He's at 71%. And we're going to just kill him with basics at this point. Get a nice crit on the relic, and then he's dead just like that on the not last hit of the heavy, this last hit of the heavy. So we finished with 73% health, which is pretty nice for this fight. And that's going to be the amount of fights I'm going to show in this video. Again, I'll have a larger showcase coming out later, hopefully not too long from now. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.